loving service to another human being infinitely makes your day better. Is that a good answer? Yeah. I knew I should have breakfast this morning. Who the hell did you come as?
No one in particular. We're gonna just ignore that. I have a question for you. If you were to make a demon deal as like yourself, do you think you would actually get Crowley, or would you get some of like the other low-level demons?
There's a phrase that I use commonly and will always use, and it starts like this. Write your own fan fiction. Next!
Hi Mark, my name is Kim. I wanted to know if Crowley hadn't been killed off, what do you think his character arc would have continued to be?
Did you hear what I just said? You need me to do all the work for you. Now you got to remember that there's two types of characters worth playing. There's the character that sells them out before they leave the planet. Dr. Zachary Smith in Lost in Space. Basically the terrorist who's... Well, actually also William H. Macy in Fargo. Yeah. It's a disaster that's already writ large. You know what I'm saying? The other type of character is the last sane man in the universe. And that's usually me. So if those idiots had just listened to what Crowley said and done what he said when he said to do it, life would have been so much simpler. So just remember that.
Online further. Did you have more than one?
Hey.
Hey, I love you and I'm glad you're still here. And thanks for roasting me for being short. And 3, how do you think Crowley would, if he survived, would have reacted to Dean saying yes to Michael after he already saw him become a demon and stuff, that he would say yes stupidly again?
No idea. Because I wasn't there! Hey, you're just making shit up. Go on.
Hi, Mark. My
Hi.
name is Eddie. My question is, after Ruth and Misha pranked you by putting the hundreds of pictures of Misha in your trailer,
There aren't hundreds of pictures of Misha.
how many were there?
There were probably about 75 or 80.
Oh, okay.
But
What did you do with them afterwards?
they were unsold calendars of Misha Collins.
Do you still have
So I felt really sad for him at the start.
Do you still have them?
Apparently they shipped it. Why would I still have them? Yeah, I need boxes of Misha Collins. Thank you, my darling. This is Mary. Say hi, Mary. Mary keeps me sane. Somewhat. I'm not blaming you for my insanity. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was hysterical. They thought I was going to lose it. You guys ever seen the video of that? I went into my trailer and there was literally wall-to-wall Castiel pictures. The same picture over and over again. I mean, 4 months later I found one in the microwave. I kept the one in the toilet. I used to use it for target practice. But they were so little kid in the video. They were like, oh, he's going to lose it. And I was like, oh, this is great. I thought it was hysterical.
That's it. Thank you.
Well done. You survived the whole question. Well done. Next!
Hi, I just want to say that me and my stepdad loved the episode of X-Files that you're in. But my question is, do you have a favorite quote from from Supernatural?
I did a convention, it was a period of time, when I left the show, I decided it would be a lot more comfortable if I wasn't at the Creation Cons, because I thought every question was going to be, when are you coming back? And my friends were on the show and I wasn't, and I thought it would be a lot more diplomatic to take a break and do it that way. So the last gig that I did, the Creation at the time, wonderful member of the Supernatural family had little signs made up on sticks, and each sign, the audience was holding these signs secretly, and they put them up at a certain point, and each one was a different quote from Crowley from the years that they've been on the show. And I was going walkabout back then, so I was walking around, which I would do now, but I couldn't hear myself. So I was literally walking through sort of an ocean of the great Crowley quotes, and as soon as I saw them, I could remember my particular OCD, as I could remember the context of each one. And it's the context of them which I enjoy more than even the lines themselves. I mean, everybody likes someone in there, been tortured, been tortured, been tortured, been tortured, you'll be tortured with. I hate it. I hate it because it ends with a preposition. So it annoys the hell out of me because I keep wanting to say with, tortured, with, whatever. So there's that. But I think the one that had, there's one that my mother-in-law loves. She just likes the delivery of it, and I think it's actually quite funny. There's my buddy Viv, who was playing one of my demons, and we were in hell, and he's talking about how his mother stubbed out cigarettes on his forehead, and I just looked at him and said, "Nobody cares, Gerald." Nobody cares, Gerald. And she's like, "That is like the coldest thing I've ever seen." She said, "You know, my mom used to do this." Nobody cares, Gerald. I always like that. And the one that's given me the most fun over the years, and basically just destroyed Jared's life, and will continue to do so for the next 400 years, or however long he lives, is, you know, Crowley to Dean in the burnt out mansion going, "Where's your moose?" And it's the most throwaway line of all time. And because Jensen's timing is just so brilliant, but, oh, he went to, and it's like, that was it. It was over. Because we'd had John Gantel, Moped Lumberjack, Johnny Green. I mean, it was just an acre of crap, tall jokes that we couldn't get to stick. And then it was like, "Where's your moose?" And that was it. And then the most fun one ever, I told this loads of times, if you knew, you'd probably like it, but I was doing, remember the amazing date between Crowley and Sheriff Mills? You know, that is the most evil bit of writing ever, because the audience knows who I am and she doesn't, which makes it just god-awful. I mean, it's just so mean. It's just a mean, and I love Kim with all my heart. I think she's the most wonderful woman and a really fine actor, and she's playing this scene, and it's the most manipulative, awful, sort of weird blind date. And, you know, I'm going to kill her for sport. But what's fun is, while the off-camera lines were being read by the script supervisor, Robin used to read them all the time. She was our props girl, and she was just brilliant. But she had the best reading voice. She could read flat, and yet you could read into what she was saying. So she would read off-camera dialogue for us always. So when a phone rings in that scene, it's Robin going, "Ring, ring." And then I think it's funny to go, on a dead phone, "This is the king." But they let me say it, they kept it in, it was just me improvising something. So, "This is the king." And I have the conversation, and we move on from that. In post-production, there is an insert shot, which is a close shot of a phone. And first of all, the ringtone is changed from Robin going, "Ring, ring," to, "I like big butts and I can run by." And because it's not actually happening in the room, I'm paying no attention to it, as though it's the most normal ringtone in the world. So it's just this guy, I look at the phone, and on the phone, post-production, inserted a shot of the phone with the caller ID on it. And the caller ID was not Moose. And I thought that was the most brilliant thing I ever seen. So we had Moose, not Moose, squirrel, etc. And then, of course, you know, it's a fun thing and it carries on. But there you go. There you go. Who's next? You've all gone quiet. It's like Misha's nose.
Hi Mark, how are you?
I'm good, you?
I'm good. My question is, did Cass and Crowley have a spin-off series together?
We did. It lasted about 4.5 seconds. Agents Jay-Z and Beyonce. We learned very, very quickly that nobody was going to tolerate the two of us fapping about like that.
Would you do it? Or
Look,
like,
no, it doesn't work like that. Look, the great thing about Supernatural, with all along my heart, all the hard work that went into it, no spin-off worked. No spin-off worked. Because the bottom line is, we watch Supernatural because we love the Winchester brothers. End of story. You can make up anything else you like about it. I love the angel in it, whatever. But the truth is, we love the Winchester brothers. And it took me a long time to work out as the reason why there are some people, obviously idiots, educationally subnormal, who like the angel guy, and there's people who have taste and style who like the demon guy. But the only reason why you like us is our love of the Winchesters. So it's a sort of weird vicarious living of the relationship through the two of us, which I think is rather fantastic. And I think it all comes from that. I think it all stems from that. You watch that show because you want to know what happens to the Winchester brothers. And I think that's what makes it such a fantastic show. Very good answer?
that's good.
That's almost an answer, isn't it? I did get it. I've got to be careful there, okay? I can never be seen to be answering questions.
Hi. I was just wondering what your least favorite, very specific detail about Crowley is. One detail that you just hate so much.
About Crowley? How stupid he was in season 12. Seriously? I mean, he's like the smartest character on the show. I mean, if you think of it, how he survived all these years, all these circumstances and everything else, and having provoke a known entity like Lucifer over and over again. And oops, I poked the bear. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's dumb as shit. So, but we'll see. I mean, there's lots of things one would like to change, but I don't think you can. So when you get served, lukewarm beans, you try to make a meal out of it. A little parsley on top, maybe some garlic salt. No? Cheese?
Cheese, what kind
Yeah,
of
cheese. What?
Cheese makes everything better.
Cheese makes everything better.
It does.
Now I know what to get Misha for Christmas. Cheese. Hey. Oh, it's you? Who'd you come as?
No one important. No one important.
Columbo.
We like you better, I promise. So my question is, are there any actors or characters you wish you had gotten to interact with more in the show?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the point being is, you never get what you want out of something that's made not by you. You know what I mean? And that's why you get to write your own fan fiction, because then you can write to the characters that you love and do more of that stuff. I mean, it's a purview. A showrunner's job is to keep an overview and an arc of a story and try to keep interest between soap commercials for a period of time. And I think they did an extraordinarily good job to get 15 years out of it. It would have helped if we didn't have a pandemic and the rest of it. But I think it is what it is. I think you have to accept it is what it is. Does that make sense? I mean, there was a showrunner who was trying to kill me off for 5 years, and Bob Singer wouldn't have it, And there was a time when Misha was not on. At one point, fell out of favour in that thing, got brought back, and that changed it too. And I think the sum of it, the whole thing, is fantastic. And there's loads of characters that I'd love to see more of, but I think
I'm so sorry.
the answer to that is, if you're remembering them and you're missing finding out more about them, then they did a really, really good job of getting your attention. Right? Almost another answer. This is getting terrible. I'm actually answering questions. What do you want?
Hi, so I'm Scarlett, and my question is, what's your favorite and least favorite storyline of Crowley's?
Favorite what?
Storyline. Plot line, whatever.
Plot line. All right, so it's just hard to hear up here because there's only one speaker that I get back on. I don't see, that's the thing, it's one plot line for me. The whole thing is a plot line. You know, I mean, I could say that season 7 was really difficult, right? As a season. I think season 7 would have been a brilliant season 12. But very difficult to do that. I mean, but plot lines, it was, yeah, 2 brothers and their journey. That was the plot line. That went 15 years. Pretty damn good. And our job was to support that, put difficulty into it, create obstacles. And I think it's that simple. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Don't sound convinced. What was your favorite plot line?
I was talking about like how Crowley was kind of like killing off all like the alphas in season 6 to open the door to purgatory.
Oh, that was the weirdest thing. So, when I did X-Files, first season X-Files, the guy that did the prosthetics and the sci-fi makeup, right, special effects makeup, quite famous, Toby I think his name is, and he obviously did X-Files, and he did one of the cadavers for that alpha stuff, right? And I was in the diner scene, I just happened to be there, and this beautiful young girl was introduced, gorgeous girl, was playing the waitress character. And she's absolutely just radiant, just this absolutely beautiful thing. And I'm meeting her and I'm talking, so it's lovely, welcome, lovely to meet you, etc. And the next day, her dead, naked, eviscerated body, filled with tapioca, is laying on a table in front of me. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So there you go. That's my memory of that. It was like, as I stuck an ice pick at the top of her head. Yeah, it's a weird show. I do remember when we were in that, do you remember Castiel bulldogging me and running me into a wall? It was in that same area, in that back wall. Okay, so you're on a set, and that wall is not exactly built in out of concrete. It's actually made of wood. And it had real tile on it, and then sort of a bit of sponge board behind it a little bit. And it also then had 6 very, 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 very strong grips holding the back of that wall. He ran at me and hit me, and I go backwards into that wall. And the 6 people behind flew 3.5 feet. The wall stayed there. It was like a Newton's cradle. It was like bum. But they literally flew. The kinetic force was like 400 pounds of force going that way. It was kind of fun. Weird, science is fun too. Next!
Hi, I was wondering, do you have a favorite guilty pleasure TV show that you watch?
Yes, next! I don't know, Bluey? There's loads of things I like. There's not a lot of good TV on right now, there really isn't. Apologies to my friends who are working, but it really isn't great. We've had eras where there's been some great things to watch, and it would be nice to get back to that again. It's going to take a while. I mean, they're cancelling everything really quickly. They're not sure what they're doing. There's not a lot of brave stuff going on. There's a few things, but not incredible things. So, Great British Bake Off is pretty good. I like that. Oh, I watched Traitors, but I watched the English version of Traitors. So weird. It shouldn't work, but it works.
The UK.
You have to watch it. The UK version is so weird.
I heard it was very
But the
good.
American versions of English, it's like The
I heard
Office.
the UK was good.
But yeah, check it out. It's really funny. So I'm giving recommendations for reality shows. Then. What do you need?
Hi, I was wondering what is something that an experience you had either in the show or in your life that you thought was insignificant but has actually turned out to be really impactful?
You have to say that again, man. What?
What is an experience you had that you initially thought was insignificant but has turned out to be really impactful?
Misha? Has he hit me into the wall? No. Insignificant? Nothing's insignificant. It's just my ability to recognize it. Nothing's insignificant. Wonderful things have happened to me in my life, and I'm still here. I know what you mean, but I don't think I think like that. I think life is about